man? It's BeatsByAvery, man, checking in, let y'all know to check out the MIA podcast, man. Voice to the city, man. If you from Hinesville and they get you home, man, you somebody. BeatsByAvery, I'm out.
Alright, man, we in here, man. This is MicCheckM.I.A. This your homeboy Conrad. This my girl,
London B.
And my boy Tone all the way lurking in the back.
Yes, sir.
And that's how we do. And today we're here with a special guest, man. A young phenom producer.
Mm-hmm.
Phenom. I'm saying, I ain't saying that lightly. A young phenom producer out of Macon, Georgia. Avery Brown.
Avery.
I get we can cut.
BeatsByAvery.
Yeah, man. So, appreciate for having me. You know, and let's get to it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's
like
get to
him,
it.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I ain't ready, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right, drummer. That's what you are. You a drummer by trade. Like, you started off. So, how did that happen? You started, like, at home or
I can
church?
say church, home, just really, like, in the mix.
From the beginning, how it happened. Tell them how it happened.
From the beginning.
Basically, my grandma, before she passed, she bought me, like, this little, I was, like, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, younger than that. Something like that, younger than that. Bought me, like, a little drum set and just fell in love with it ever since. I mean, I can say it took off with it.
I'm going to take you back a little bit now to cut him off. I'm going to take it back before he remember. But now, to stop him from crying, he's always go up under, pull all the pots from under the cabinet, you know what I'm saying? And he bang on the pots and he never cry, you know what I'm saying? So we put all on back under the sink. He go back in and take him right back out. So he just fell in love with beating. So like I said, great grandmother, she got him little Fisher Price, one little drum, one little thing, and he kept it with him all the time. And just growing from that, we got him a Discovery drum set for Christmas, and he tore it up in a few months. You know what I'm saying? Got him another one, and he got all of them and connected them all on together. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that started his journey, and in the church, you know, he started going and kicking it with the drummers out the church. You know, and the rest was history.
Mm-hmm. When did you see a difference? Like, when did you see it starting to progress into something more? Like, you knew he had something more in him.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you from when he was probably like 4, about 5 or 6, when he was in the first grade, and he was already playing like he was a dope, you know, on drums. Okay. And his one of his mentors, Vincent Muhammad, still one of his mentors to today, identified that he had an ability with music. Like, wow, he can get paid for this.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Yeah, he's seen it early. You know what I'm saying? And but pretty much he just like, you know, we just need to learn how to read music. And he taught him how to read music in the first grade. So I ever been a sponge ever since he was you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't play instruments?
I played trumpet for a brief time before I got kicked out of the band, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
I just wanted to know, so you're able to learn by ear, pretty much?
That's one of my specialties. Yeah, I can pick up anything. So, like, somebody do something like with a drum, play a certain beat, I can pick up.
You can pick up on it.
Or on the keyboard. I mean, it can be anything.
So, being in this business, you also need to learn to read the music as well. How difficult is that for you, knowing that you know how to play by ear, so far as actually learning the music?
I mean, I could say, like, you'll have some challenges, but, I mean, just study it, really. Yeah. Just study it, look it up, got Google. So, like, that's mainly what I do.
But do you find it difficult reading music?
Not really.
No?
Kind of. I say kind of, just a little bit, because depending on what it is, because you got different type of levels of reading music, stuff like that.
But you played the drums, so you was getting music through the band.
Pretty much, man.
So that kind of helped prepare you for that, as far
Yes,
as
sir.
reading music. So you 13 years old?
Yes, sir.
When you turn 14?
Next May.
So you fresh. You just turning 13 not too long ago. Ooh. So you was just 12, man. So how long you been making beats?
Since I was like 10.
Started at 10? He was already 5.
I ain't gonna say 5.
Oh, that's it.
I'm just say I was a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
As a beginner, he was kind of like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might be on to something, you know. It was right before the pandemic. And we was in the car one day, and he had downloaded this app. What was it, GarageBand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And he was playing around. He said, "Can you connect me to the car? I want to hear it on the speakers." And I connected to the car. He plays. I don't know. I got the video somewhere on my Facebook.
That was when I was like 6.
Yeah, he sounded like Jermaine Dupri. Some Jermaine Dupri would make. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I identified. Like, you want to do this? All right, bet. Let's do it.
Yeah, basically, that's how that happened.
So you play around. You graduated from GarageBand. You don't mess with that. Strictly Fruity Loops.
I say Logic, Fruity Loops, Ableton. I mean, I can work with some dogs. I'm finna get into this dog called Machine. That's what I'm about to get into. So.
What you like? What's your favorite one right now?
FL.
FL.
I say.
Why you like FL out of all of them?
I mean, cause like, I ain't even look it up. What made it favorite to me, like, it's easy to learn. So like, if you're a beginner, like, you can just easily just practice on it every day and progress and just be a go at it. Like I said.
Yeah, you hear that? You ever heard that before? You hear that a lot about FL. You ever heard that?
I haven't heard.
That it's easy to learn. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people start on GarageBand.
Yeah, a lot of people start on GarageBand. Yeah, that's super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you graduated, so you mix your beats. He mixes his beats as well.
Not really. I kind of know how to, but I just don't do it. Like, mainly what I do is just send it off for somebody to mix it like that. But eventually, I'm gonna get into that.
Actually supposed to be going to school this summer for mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a mixing class. What, here in
Atlanta.
Okay.
Label gonna send him to the school to mix.
Okay. So speaking of the label, it's Drum Squad.
Yeah.
Drum Squad. So it's a production label for producers.
Producers, artists, all that.
Artists and everything. So it's a whole label. It's not just for producers. I thought I was under the impression it was just producers.
Nah, shout out to the label. You got Spark Dog. You got who else we got on there?
Everybody. I can't say names. Can't think about the top of my head, but
yeah, we got a good roster coming out for 2023.
Yeah, Spark Dog. Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
How did you get picked up on that? Like, how did the label even come to you? Like, how did that happen?
Man, so we've been posting him on Instagram and Facebook for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And I just so happen to always send it to different producers. And if anybody watching, anytime you're doing anything, that's just me from a parent perspective. I always kind of capture the moments,
right?
The footage. You know what I'm saying? And you tag the people in whatever craft that is that they're doing, and they'll look to mentor someone that's coming up and they're serious about it. So if me being a person of whatever caliber say, hey, I see this person is serious, because they'll go down your timeline and kind of study like, okay, you've been doing it for a minute, you ain't just picked this up yesterday, I just want to start doing it. So I sent the drum one day, and he was like, man, we need to have a conversation.
Right.
So that conversation led to meet and greet, and the meet and greet went fairly well. They meshed, far as similar backgrounds with knowing music and production. Because drum, his background was music.
Right.
Far as his dad was the first black orchestra
in Memphis.
In Memphis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you from Memphis?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know where he was from.
Was it more than one label after? I mean, like looking for you.
We spoke with a few different situations, but you know, like I told him, if I die tomorrow, you know, I know that he'll be okay with drum squad.
Drum squad.
Because drum is a teacher, and also a mentor as well. You know, so I just want to make sure he would be in a good situation.
In a good situation, absolutely.
Because it's plenty of predators, you know,
absolutely
in the business. You know what I'm saying? So it was bigger than more so just getting into it. You know what I'm saying? And people like, why you ain't let him go this way or this way or this way? I mean, you have your own kid and you do it. You know what I'm saying? But when I used to do marketing and promotions and stuff like that back in 2009, 10, 11, 12. So back then set me up for what I know now.
I was just about to ask you that. So you did like club marketing? Or
Yeah. Club.
Oh, okay. So you kind of was like already in the atmosphere, kind of understanding.
Yeah, I was on Bankhead back in 04, 05,
Bankhead.
06. Yeah.
Bankhead.
Shout out to True Technique.
Bankhead. Well, I ain't heard that in a minute.
Hey man, when everything was popping, you know, I was, you know, in back behind the scenes, you know, absorbing everything that was going on, meeting people, you know, meeting and still got relationships to those people today, you know. So shout out Lil Bankhead, shout out Swamp Izzo, Ding, I mean, we can keep going.
Yeah.
That's
good. So basically, you had relationships with people that you could reach out to, and you had some type of cred by the time you reached out to Drummer Boy.
correct. But he didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know
He didn't know that.
Well, Drum didn't know it neither.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's more so like I didn't use the credibility to, you know, do so. It was just more so
authentic thing.
Authentic. Yeah.
I got you. So that means the talent really stood out.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, man. So how did that make you feel, man? That Pops delegated a major move for you.
I mean, I really didn't think too much about it. I mean, like, I was just like, okay, and then move on to the next and just keep pushing from there, stuff like that, basically. I mean, I was happy at the time, but, you know, since all these don't happen, like...
Was it unbelievable is what I'm saying?
Not really.
All right, so what did your friends say?
They was just like, congrats, keep going. I mean,
They already knew you was hard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're not into like are you in band in school too? You are. So and you doing drums. I'm pretty.
Doing drums, band, all that.
What you play? You play the quads, the snare. What you play?
Middle school, I played the quads, and then high school, I played the tenor. I'm also in the high school band too.
Wow.
And drummer.
Now, I'm not. My brother a drummer, but I don't.
It's like
really.
a smaller bass drum.
Oh.
It's a smaller version.
It's like a
of the bass
tom.
drum.
Basically like a tom.
Like a tom. Okay. But it's like this.
It's set up like a bass drum, but just smaller.
Smaller.
You know what I'm saying? So they.
Oh, okay. I got you. So what did you like better? 'Cause my brother, he
Quads.
loved quads.
I like quads, but mainly I say tenor.
Tenor. Okay. So this, you mess with the snare. You mess with all of them.
Well, I can play anything when it comes like percussion wise. I can play anything. So like quint, cymbals, bass, snare, anything really.
Anything.
So,
Cowbell.
yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So I mean, like, how your high school that you go to? Well, you in middle school, so you play. But I think you mentioned to me he plays
In the high school.
Yeah, the high school. So is that something they regularly do, or that's just something that you got?
Well, I mean, depending on how can I say it?
All schools don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and he was fortunate to be in the
magnet program. So like
not
basically,
even just the magnet program, but he was in a marching band, like a private marching band, and that's what a percussion marching band. So
well, that's what people knew me
yeah,
from. So like at different schools, like people already knew me outside of band because of that private, the band.
shout out to Street Line.
Street line. So that's a
Street Line percussion. Yes.
Oh, that's like that's a marching band in Macon.
Correct. Non-profit.
Yeah, non-profit. Almost like AAU type deal.
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So y'all they travel and.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And they do a lot of events in the community and stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Playing competitions and all that
Yeah.
stuff. All right, man. That's cool, man. You in this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here? That's what's here. What
They
is
say
it?
there's
It
somebody
was,
told me.
but they
It was.
they closed it. But
You closed it?
we won't have none right now. But he definitely been making some moves.
Yeah, it's still the city known for that though.
I mean, I got my own day here too, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you mean like a day as in like how they just did
little baby.
Lil Baby? They just
Yeah.
gave him a day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what's your day?
Signing day. I mean, the youngest person.
Wait, what was
That'll be
day
what?
was it? It was
October
It was the
1st.
right?
I think it was October
October
1st.
I still got the flyers.
Yeah.
October 1st. So yeah.
So here in Macon, you have a day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
October.
Key to the city and all. Man,
Proclamation, all that.
proclamation. Oh man, that's one.
So Dad, you know him all his life, right?
Right.
What has this done to his ego?
No, you stay the same.
Stay the same?
It's always
Chill.
stay humble. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
great. That's great.
So teaching him, to not allow people to use things against him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? As far as you think you did, no, I know who I am. Identifying who I am
Mhm.
is first and foremost anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm told never let anybody make you switch. Don't never let a dollar change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He seems very confident. He's like, yeah, has he always been that way?
Yeah, and that what Drum loved about it. He like, man, and I gotta give it to you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? So if you look on Iron Fist Cook Up, and Drum, he mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Like his charisma and the way he carried himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's, a shout out to his mom too. But we stay on him for his, making sure the people that are around you are like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Making sure that the people, even the little girls that you talk to, make sure they got something going versus try to, ride your coattail.
Yeah, be behind and waiting on you to.
Yeah.
Cause that's positive right there. You want people moving in the same direction you moving, things like that. Dealing with people who aren't like-minded can have you straying away from, like, what I see in you as a person who you just focus on the drumming. You just focus on the beat making. You just focus on that. Like the comment you made earlier about, man, it didn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you focused on just doing and making the beats. It's like, I just want to do this.
Yeah, I always teach them that though. Like you do what you love to do, you'll never have a job. You know what I'm saying? And the money gonna come behind it. Don't chase the money, let the money chase you. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with just doing what you love to do.
That's what's up.
So he's like, you're in public school right now. So with him being at his status right now at his age, and as he goes into high school, do you feel like you might have to end up putting him in a private school?
Well, we had the conversations. We done looked at it, because we started to do some traveling and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So with us traveling, but the school system, they are aware of
What I got
what he
going
got
on.
going on.
Okay.
So they work with us when he need to move around or whatever,
Right.
and just let him know ahead of time.
Okay.
And but he's in the magnet program,
Fine arts
revolving
school.
around music.
Okay.
So
Well, I can say like it's a public school, but a fine art school like that too. So.
Okay. Okay. Now I got you.
okay.
Yeah.
So he gonna get some tutelage there, and you probably would prefer more of a tutor, part-time tutor than go to a private school.
and like I said, that's what we're looking at going into, being that we kick out the first quarter and just seeing what things go. And we just came back from Iowa. He had to speak at an event to youth
Nice.
in Iowa. You know what I'm saying? So that was an all expense paid trip. So I'm like, yo, it's just the beginning of many. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing what you're doing, and everything gonna come with it. But for our schooling though, when they do come to that where it's traveling more frequent, then we'll look at go ahead and putting them into a private school or a home school actually. So
Yeah.
he can focus more on this music.
Nice. So what other instruments like guitar, piano?
I mean, I could play keys. I could play a little bit of bass. I mean, I can learn how to play guitar. I mean,
I bought him one.
Yeah.
When he was younger.
yeah. I mean, I can play pretty much anything, and if I couldn't, I'm just easily just pick up and learn it, just like that. So, pretty much.
Have you guys had any? I would say any hot artists yet to say, hey, I want to get a beat from you?
A
Or,
couple like local.
hmm
I could say Baby Jungle, If It's Rudy, Hot Bus Spiffy, Timeless, a couple guys like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, local wise, but
Billy Pounds on Hush label, Kinky D's label Hush.
Mhm.
So actually, him and Billy Pounds working on the project right now.
Right now.
Yeah, he got like 7 or 8 tracks on there.
Okay.
But like I say, for us, things they done sent in
Mm-hmm.
to the label, for placements. We've been getting some good feedback.
Right,
So
right,
that's why I say first quarter gonna look pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
How was the Iron Cook Up now? How did how you enjoyed that?
Iron Fist. I mean, it was dope.
Mhm.
Just like, you got the big people like critiquing on your stuff. Like, if your beat was that good, like you ain't had no critique. I ain't even had no critiquing on mine.
Mhm.
But shout out to my boy Mappa. He hard. He's around my age too. He's 14, and I know him before Iron Fist, but like me and him finally got to meet up during Iron Fist and like connecting and stuff like that. But cool. I just met a lot of cool people, producers, stuff like that, network, stuff like that. That's mainly what I'm trying to do and get back into is just network with a lot of people, so that way, I can just when it come time to come to Atlanta and stuff like that, I just know where to go or like who to be around and stuff like that. So
Sound like me. Like I told you, just networking. So
Yeah.
like when I need something, hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So, what about the artists in making? Have they been reaching out?
Yeah, we have
a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, because you got you got a lot going on in the city. So I'm thinking like shoot.
Yeah, be flooding.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
But you can't mess with everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's what I
that's
tell
true.
him. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, with wasting
My time.
Yeah.
well, not time, but the beats and
Yeah.
things like that. Or people gonna play with it. So like teaching him the fundamentals of how to maneuver through that.
Yeah.
So we just created him a profile on
BeatsStars.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's serious,
They can just go on their
special
website.
side of Beats that
Mm-hmm.
you serious, go to BeatsStars and you can lease it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
ain't nothing exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Not
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't make anything exclusive right now. Right now, because if at this point you just at the beginning, so if
Yeah.
anything jump off, you want to catch that back end money.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. That's how you gonna make it. When you look at some of these big time producers, a lot of them do that. They just give a guy a beat. It's just furnish you with the beat, but I still own it. You know what I'm saying? That's really the smart way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? From what I've seen, But yeah, that's what's up. So that's how y'all moving
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
how we're gonna move.
Yeah. So if it's exclusive, it's gonna have to be somebody who
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really coming through in that label like,
Yeah.
nah, man, we gotta have it.
Yeah,
And this is what we gonna do.
right.
Mhm.
And it gotta be really worth it. You know what I'm saying, to do so, because like you say, you risk losing what's on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And like I tell him, I said, that's your future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than the money, it's your future.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you do it for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? It is what you love to do, so it'll never be a job to you.
Yeah.
You'll just keep getting a check in the mailbox. Like I tell him about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson died 2009,
Mm-hmm.
but he's still making more money all the way. And
Somebody
he
getting a check.
Absolutely.
you know
Somebody
what I'm saying?
getting a check.
I think Shaq over there now, ain't it, or something like that. I
What,
want to say
Sony?
the some of Michael's
Probably
music.
bought some of it.
Just like the Beatles, how Michael used to have the Beatles.
Mhm.
And I want to say now, Shaq is a part owner in that now too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody went and scooped that because he had the Beatles.
But the money gonna keep
Elvis,
going.
he gonna
When
keep
you got
going.
somebody gonna keep getting it, somebody gonna keep getting a check.
Right. That legacy money.
Mhm.
And I'm teaching him about that.
Yeah.
Residuals and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Who's your favorite producer besides yourself?
Got a lot.
Who's inspired you the most, you think, when you listen to their music?
Rapper wise, I say Lil Baby. Producer wise, I say Twisted Genius. I always look up to him. Another producer, Section 8. Drum, of course. Man, too many. Produced by DB. ATL Jacob, Zaytoven, like people like them, like really look up to them. Some of them, you know, hopefully one day I work with them, you know.
Yeah.
Come
I think Zaytoven has a whole like weekend where
he's just
had, like,
network.
a camp with.
He reached out a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of seeing how we were pushing his music and stuff like that. So they tapping in. You know?
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, shoot, man, you making moves just off of Instagram. That's what.
Yeah, mainly with that, yeah. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
off of Instagram.
So Young Bird used to be a rapper. Now he's known as Hitmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever? Okay, you know who Hitmaker is, right? So do you ever see yourself saying, I'm doing my thing now. You ever thought about rapping to some of your beats or doing anything?
it's funny because everybody asks me that, but I keep it real. I mean, I can rap, but I can't rap. But I just never tried it.
Yeah.
You can. So basically, like, you feel the cadence when you making the beat.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
You
making a
never
beat,
actually.
You gotta be, oh man, I bet I could jump on this, boy.
Nah, when I'm on live, like people will be hearing me rapping, like just be saying random stuff,
Yeah.
and they tell me I should really rap. I'm like, no.
I mean, if your passion ain't there,
Right.
Then I don't do it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
do it,
Stuff like
you know.
that.
no, there's no need in jumping in that lane. But it's an interesting question because you do have a lot of producers who can
That
rap.
do that.
But I'm gonna tell you what's a great thing about that is that when do you record?
Not yet.
Not yet. But even when you're making a beat for somebody, you know, you can hear something. If you hear them rapping and saying something, you can say, "Hey man, you know, you probably should say this."
Yeah.
And it's your beat,
Yeah.
True.
so it's like, okay, you hear what you feel on.
But you can get paid for that too.
Exactly.
Even songwriting. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you get paid if
Get
you
writer's credits.
Yeah, writer's credit. Like the hook is like 20%.
Facts. Like,
So if you do beats and put hooks,
70%.
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
see what we talking about?
Right.
So you know, I mean, you know, it's something to think about. But you know, because that's a way of not rapping, but that's a way of rapping. Now that's what I mean. That's what I do. I like to give ideas, man. You know, because I was in the game for a little second, but you know, I got too old for it. I got too old, man. I had kids. I had to back out, but. Yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing y'all got going. So, all right, y'all had the studio here, man. Excuse the pieces we got laying around. We done bit off of it. I laid it on the top. You know what I'm saying? But the studio looks like it's coming together beautifully. You showed me the room over there. It's a rehearsal room. So, listen, we when we first tapped in, you was in here making the beat. So let's go on ahead and listen to one of the. I tell you what, let's listen to probably a few. You ain't got to expose too much. Few of your hard ones that you feel like, you know.
I put one of
you know, that one you want somebody to hear on the podcast, right? And they say, hey man,
Let me get that.
I got to. I gotta have that. You know, so that's what we're looking for. I see you working with them JBLs.
no, it.
JBL, we need that deal too.
We need that deal. We need that deal. That's why I'm pointing it out. We got that Akai, we got that JBL.
Let me see.
Avery, you got him later.
starting your beats, man, like what do you start with first? Because I heard a producer one day, he said, man, I don't understand down south beat makers because sometimes they start with the drum.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But do you find that hard, or you just go ahead and go with the melody, or you can start with the drums and throw a melody on it?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I say like I do it depends on how I'm feeling. Like mainly I can say like this. I put it easy way example. So basically, sometimes what I do is that I just go into Keyscape or whatever, like this plugin. So like I just go into Keyscape, just something like that, and then just throw some
Okay, I
drums.
play the keyboard a little bit.
I mean, a little bit, but mainly that's what I do. Like go in, do a melody, or sometimes do the drum first. I mean, it depends.
Okay. So I mean, what about sampling melodies, those type of stuff? You more so like to make your own melody?
Yeah, I do. I mean, every now and then, I really don't use loops like I used to. Like when I first started out,
Why is that?
cause like using loops, man, that you get your money cut real fast. Instead, like you split your money, man. I want all of the money.
Okay, all right.
That's
You
what I'm talking
learning. I
about.
feel you, boy.
Like
You want all the money.
mainly,
Yeah, because those loops belong to somebody, even though they say royalty free and all that type of stuff. They gonna come get you in the end a little bit.
facts. But mainly, when I make all my stuff, they from scratch, so got nothing to worry
Well,
about.
that Mexican song you did, something different.
Not the
Yeah,
best.
something different.
Who?
That Mexican, yeah.
The cha-cha.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
The one, like, golly, that's different.
Yeah.
Avery, we got another one.
That song, I hear Cardi B on that, but at the beginning like that,
I got some stuff for him.
Yeah, Ronald Rodriguez, because you know
He be on stuff like that.
yeah, he doing stuff like that.
Let me see, I got some stuff.
And that's why I try to teach and, like, do something different to stand out, you know what I'm saying? To, you know, like, you gonna make a person like, who did that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Be unique.
yeah.
Are you able to turn the music off? Like, are you always hearing the music in your head? Like,
Yeah, sometimes I be hearing random melodies in my head.
Like, we could be driving. That's why I got a laptop, so that way we in the car, if you got something you want to lay down, you go ahead and do it, you know what I'm saying, on your laptop, so you keep it with you at all times. And when you get to the studio, you transfer it over, you know what I'm saying, and continue working on it.
right.
But we could be riding, and he just, you know, he in space, like, you know, so when we went an hour, there was like, you know, other kids that are like him, and when they talk to him, it's more so like everybody said the same thing, like, the world revolves around music. Everything is music.
absolutely.
So I got some more stuff
They
I
see
play.
it just like that.
Yeah, they see it like that.
Yeah.
See music and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was something Dallas Austin was saying about himself, that he heard the music and everything. Like, he'd be outside and just hearing random sounds. And Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh said that. Like, he just got to the point where he just would go outside and record stuff. Any random thing.
Everything turned into music.
Yeah, he turned into that.
And the drum is a universal language, man. There's something about
Yeah. It just moved through the
the
body.
melody. Yeah, it's something that everybody can understand, no matter what language they speak.
Yeah. But I got some more stuff y'all trying to hear, you know.
Man, look, we in here with you, man. You know what I'm saying? You put it on us, bro. We in here asking you questions, but you know, let's get to it.
Got you.
Avery, we got another one.
came back in, the last one, he already played it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah. They tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah. That's it.
Avery, you gotta know.
Ain't never played the game. That was the wrong one.
You didn't even mean to play that. You didn't even mean to play that hard.
So
Hardness right there. You didn't even mean to play that.
bad.
That's
my bad.
So in other words, he got endless.
Hey, man, you can keep going. And that's why I try to encourage you to keep building your catalog.
Yeah.
So when you take a vacation this summer, you got enough built up to where it speaks for you. You know what I'm saying? So all it taking one. All it taking one.
Avery, you gotta know.
Oh, hold on. Start that over. Start that over.
What you call it? Come in.
Start that over. No, cause see, man, I'm a background person when it comes to beat. I love that.
Yeah.
When that came in,
Yeah.
oh man, hold on. Listen to that again.
I seen it caught your face.
Yeah, you almost made me start spitting. I was like, dang.
Now I told you need more of these.
That right there gonna make any problem having some
Avery, you
background.
gotta know.
Sound like a movie.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, maybe it's just me.
Hey,
That's all right
it gave me chills a little bit. I ain't gonna
there.
cap.
Yeah. See
Let
that?
me see.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
Got about two more.
down right there. That's be the one they fighting over.
Right. Being more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get that.
Let me see. Where are my FLPs at? Oh, right here.
Now I was hoping to get talk to a artist that remember I had told you about the mixtape we was doing.
Yeah.
I was hoping to talk to the artist out of Dublin, but he's been real busy because he has linked up with Duke Deuce. So I was hoping that we could get with him. That's why we left later because we were gonna leave a little earlier, try to get in with him, but he's just been so busy ever since he got with that buddy, and I wanted to link them.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
see how how that would. Cause that's the thing. What we trying to do as a podcast, we trying to really kind of like
Bridge the gap.
bridge them gaps. And you know what I'm saying, if we bridge those gaps, being that we from South Georgia, we feel like we could become like the plug.
Correct.
South Georgia don't really have
You know, love.
no love.
And that's it. Ole E and who else came from out of
Camouflage,
Camouflage.
Fat Boy, the producer.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people came from down there actually, but it is indeed all in
Rondo
Atlanta.
Quando out there in Savannah.
Yeah, Quando, Rondo. You got a lot of people from down that way, but being that Savannah is one of those areas that's so high powered on the killing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The rest of that don't really get any love as well.
The surrounding areas.
The surrounding areas, because it's like I guess everybody gets indoctrinated into the same thing. We all the same. So that's the thing. We want to kind of bridge that gap because there's some major artists down there. They just don't have that platform.
Yeah, they love.
Yeah, they don't have that love.
And believe it or not, y'all heard it here first. But that's what we're working on here in Macon with him, and a few other different artists that we're working with, like I said, on a local level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like it was a Yo Gotti and Drummer Boy, it was Gucci Mane and Zaytoven. You know what I'm saying? So, and that what Drum really kind of pushes too, for him to work with a local artist to help build them. So what that does, it opens up the area. Like, hold on, what they doing to Macon?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ayo Sean. He's another producer
Hard.
that's
boy.
moving from out of Macon. You know what I'm saying? So we move as a unit.
Yeah.
So when we move as a unit,
We move together.
So we're like, okay, what the hell are they doing in Macon?
Matter of fact, I got a collab.
Hold on, real quick. When we was in Iron Fist Cook-Up, y'all can go and look at the video. They're like, man, what y'all doing down in Macon? We need to come camp out down there about 2 weeks. You know, so with the same, so we bridging the gap. So, you know, y'all heard it here first. You know, let's bridge that gap between South Georgia and Middle Georgia.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's the deal, man. Hey, I see it formulate.
Yeah.
See it formulate, man. Just gotta keep working.
I got a collab, man. I play for y'all.
So, I mean, none of his friends make beats like
They try to.
You
know what I'm saying? Like they like the concept of it. You know what I'm saying?
I got one that's like for real, and his name Cora. Shout out to you. Yeah, he hard. He be on like that R&B type stuff though.
Cause see, with him already being signed, you know, do y'all look at it like him building his own squiddy, his own little squad with up under?
Eventually, you know what I'm saying? But that goes back to what we kind of spoke on earlier. Only kick it with people that are like you. You know what I'm saying? So your like-minded friends, you'll see where it take you. You know, like, and I see, you know, like me and his mom over his like Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that.
Stay focused.
So we see the messages. You know what I'm saying? So we try to let him, you know, control his conversation, but we have to step in. We step in. But just seeing like how him and their friends be, you know, kind of going back and forth with each other when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell you, you have to be careful too. If they weren't there before down, keep them at arm's length. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on with you, but at the same time, still rock with them a little bit. So they don't think, oh, you smelly yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how these kids turn the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I play the collab with me and Sean right quick.
You got another one.
This one.
Hey, yo, Sean, take it out with you.
You got another one.
Hey, yo, Sean.
We see the product. We already pretty much knew what it was before we got here. That's why we traveled up here.
Let me ask him right quick. Did you ever look into Ebony? They call her Wonder Girl. She's from Toronto, and she was the beat maker producer for Holy Grail at the age of 16. You ever heard of her? You remember that? Remember Holy Grail?
Yeah, with
Jay-Z?
Yeah,
she was the producer for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do remember her. She was
she
in like
ended up getting
an apartment room or something like that.
Yeah, and she ended up doing what you were saying, the Magna. Yeah, she was best selling in that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
she's
That's
another
wild.
one. I think probably the first, and then I think y'all two the youngest, pretty much. Then you know.
Yeah, you got like I say, Mappa up in Atlanta. He 14, and he
Hard.
Yeah.
He
I
doing,
think Darkchild was a kid when he started out.
Really?
Making beats for people too.
So how many? Real quick, how many beats would you say you have? Would it be 500,000 more that you have locked away?
Well, about the way I could say more than 500 or 1,000. I mean, depend, because I got multiple hard drives, so just.
How long it take you to make a beat? Like you, three a night, 4?
Be more than that.
More than that? 10. Zay told me once said 10 a day. I heard Zay told me say 10 a day. You keep up with me.
Yesterday, I mean, I did. We was on there for about 2 hours, 2-3 hours.
4. Sunday, no, Saturday he did 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we was only there for about 2 hours. So like, when I make my beats,
Wow.
You back, we was listening to the music, so you back into the
oh,
Yeah.
I thought somebody was behind me for
No,
real.
he just want to catch you.
But nah, I mean,
Yeah, we get the camera sheet. The camera, just want you just set it back to us.
so mainly on like when I make my beats, probably about 5 to 7 minutes max.
So like I try to challenge him, like set your timer. You know what I'm saying? And then just do what you can do in that time. Whatever you don't finish, go to the next one, and then you come back and you finish. You know what I'm saying? Later on.
But that's how that pushes
Definitely
me.
before your time, man. That's you only 13. You working. You working. I can only imagine, man, when he get to.
Yeah.
You gonna be a beast.
Yeah,
No, you already one now, but I'm saying
over
you gonna be
500 beats,
unstoppable.
13.
So like, and then what I try to tell him, like after school, get you at least 2 to 3 in per night before you go to bed.
Hopefully more than that.
If you can, don't push yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell him, you do three a day, times 5, and 15. Then on the weekend, if you do from 5 to 10 per day, that's if you did 10 or 5 on the low end, that's 10. So you do that time 4, that's per month. You know what I'm saying? And you do that time 12, that's per year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that how you reach your numbers. You know, just not even pushing hard.
Well, he's young right now, so as he gets older, that's gonna be simpler and simpler for him to handle. So once he gets, you know, 18, 19 years old, he probably knock those 10 out like it. You know, he just go in there and shoot, bam. That's 1, 2, 3, and then you know you talking about he might end up doing that in about 5, 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just knock out 10. You know, but that's later on.
Possibly more, well, less than that time.
Yeah, he said he do
Well,
one
it
in
all
about
depends.
7 minutes.
Yeah, but it all depends on what he learns though, because if he talking about learning the mix himself, that's gonna take up a little time as well. And it's better he get at that. You know what I'm saying? He'll be able to do it faster, or get him a template.
I already got one.
You know.
That I got a couple templates already made, so they make my workflow faster. So
Okay.
so mainly.
Well, I know I can't definitely wait to see your future work
Oh yeah.
and everything. You know, you see doing big things, better things. We'll definitely be following you
Appreciate
Oh, yeah.
it.
and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but for sure. I mean, we're gonna wrap it up. This is MicCheckM.I.A.
My
This is Beats by Avery.
You.
A big pop right there in the background.
Yeah.
David Brown.
I'm your boy Conrad.
What's your
London
Instagram?
B.
And your boy Tone always looking in the background.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Follow me on Instagram at BeatsByAvery. Facebook BeatsByAvery. TikTok BeatsByAvery.
YouTube.
YouTube also BeatsByAvery. So yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
MicCheckM.I.A, bro. And we out.
Peace.
Hey.
Nice, man.
Nice.